Now for people like me and you, this jacket right here that I'm wearing, it's just a jacket. However, if this jacket right here turns green, it becomes one of the most prestigious awards in the sports world. Now Anderson's been raising the bar in high jump for years for the Coyotes, but yesterday he reached a new level. Now let me put this into perspective for you. Most standard door frames, they're just under about 7 feet tall. Now I just measured this pole right here that I can't even touch the top of it, and it's 7 feet 5 inches. Sports fans have been waiting patiently to be able to see their favorite teams play in person again. And for Twins fans, that day is Thursday. The Minnesota Twins have announced guidelines for the limited number of fans welcome inside Target Field this spring. It's been 2 years since the Augustana softball team won the national championship in Denver. And this year, they're looking to do the same thing in the same place. Brianna Kusler is no stranger to basketball. She has an impressive resume as a player, leading the Aberdeen Central High School team to its first ever state championship and winning South Dakota Player of the Year. The chances of throwing a no-hitter and a perfect game in one's baseball career are very low. And as a matter of fact, the chance of just throwing one perfect game is about 1 in 46,000. The Canaries are set to take on the Winnipeg Goldeyes tonight in their season opener. And to say there's a lot going on is an understatement. It's the month of May, and playoff football is being played here in Brookings, right behind me at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. Now this season's been so different for the players, but it's also been very different for the fans. Minnesota high school football and volleyball teams are looking forward to having a fall season in 2020. And here in Laverne, players and coaches say they're ready to get it started. On Super Bowl weekend, Tailgaters Bar and Grill here in Brandon is focusing on supporting Lynx football and head coach Chad Garrow. Starting in the morning, a crew of around 20 employees starts building the court. And by the afternoon, the entire court is assembled and ready for play. The loud cheers that would normally pour out of Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium on Saturdays were silenced in 2020, causing an odd fall semester for the Jackrabbit football team.
It's kind of a blur, to be honest with you, because there was really so little consistency in the weeks. You know, and the NCAA would change a rule, and we would change a schedule, and we had spring ball in the fall. We had a spring game on Halloween.
The pandemic forced the Missouri Valley Conference to change their season to the spring. So what would normally be the offseason is now the preseason, an experience that head coach John Stiglmeyer says only made the Jackrabbits better.
I do think because of we've talked a lot about the fall and how unique that was. We're better off because of that.
Jackrabbit volleyball is also making a return this spring.
Normally we're playing in the end of the summer and the fall, and the weather starts to get colder, middle of October, but it's different. We're adapting.
In-state rival USD is also kickstarting their volleyball and football seasons this spring as well.
It is odd just to see some of these sports at this time of year playing. I mean, it's not unusual to have football practicing at this time of the year, but to actually have the dome open on Saturdays is a little different for us. But right now, frankly, I welcome it.
USD and SDSU return to the turf on February 19th, and this time away has given Coach Stiglmeyer a new outlook.
And this is the way I try to live my life, but surely this year it's reminded me that you better have a positive attitude as the leader.
The guy, he's incredible. He's an incredible kid.
From Sioux Falls Roosevelt to Dakota Wesleyan, coaches always knew there was something special about Emmanuel Manny Christopher.
His smile was so big. It was just oversized almost. His whole face lit up, and he smiled a lot.
Not very often where you get a player that is that spark plug, that energy guy that, kind of gets everybody going. That's one thing, but to be that guy and celebrate other people's success, that's who Manny was.
Christopher was a defensive end for the Tigers, where he was known for his energy and his passion. However, it wasn't just his work on the field that made him stand out.
One thing that I'll always remember is, I think he would kind of recognize maybe if I was having a bad day or, maybe got upset about something, he would try to, change the subject or flip it right away. And I think guys notice that.
He was just one of those guys that, again, just lit up the room when he came in.
And after playing his last snap in college in 2019, Christopher was a volunteer assistant coach for the Rough Riders, continuing to show his passion for people and football. And it's that passion, energy, and kindness that made him one of a kind.
Those kids don't come around very often, and the way that he, the way he went about every day, he was always there.
You know, there's not another one like Manny, and you know, to have him gone so young is really hard to deal with.
News Now Sports.
It's been a long time coming, and after knocking on the doorstep in 2017 and 2018, the Jackrabbit football program is headed to Frisco, Texas to play in the national championship. After being down 3 early, the Jacks scored 33 unanswered points yesterday, punching their tickets to the school's first trip ever to the FCS final. And Zach Borg has reactions from Brookings. And you can see it all live right here on Dakota News Now and KSFY a week from today. It all starts at 12:30 with our special Road to Frisco pregame show, looking back at this season and getting you ready for the championship game, which kicks off at 1 o'clock. From FCS championship to the NAIA championship, we are just under 24 hours away from kickoff in Louisiana, where Northwestern will face Lindsey Wilson. The Raiders looking to cap off an already impressive season, going 8-1 in conference and 11-1 overall. However, they'll be playing without their starting quarterback, Tyson Koima, who got hurt during the last play of that semifinal game last weekend against Morningside. So that puts the ball in Blake Fryer's hands, and his receiving corps says they have all the confidence in their freshman quarterback.
It's nothing new. I mean, Blake Fryer's always been part of the team, right? And we take pride in just being bros with each other, and that's kind of what it is.
We put that all on us. You know, we expect to make every play, every ball that goes our way. We say good ball, bad ball, catch them all. But we know Fryer's going to put us in a good spot to make plays, and we trust him in that.
Kickoff is set for 6 tomorrow night, and that'll be on ESPN3. Now tonight, the racing community is turning the key to start a new era out at Huset's Speedway in Brandon. It's been 5 years since the dirt track has experienced a full season of racing. But this year, under new ownership, Huset's is expecting to fill the track with fast cars and the stands with cheering fans every single Sunday night. Last summer, after Todd Queering bought Huset's Speedway, the new crew was able to hold some races, but nothing near a full season's worth. That's why there's much anticipation for opening day.
Cautiously optimistic, you know, of having a really good summer. I mean, we've been out and about and been at different, home shows, sportsman shows, and getting the word out there at Huset's Speedway is back. You know, we're excited to be back, you know, opening on Mother's Day, like I said, and to get the fans back here and get them back here on a weekly basis.
Now, Johnson says that being able to host some races at the end of the season last year was critical in preparing them for a full summer of racing this year. From the racetrack dirt to the infield dirt, the Summit League Softball Conference tournament is set. The Jackrabbits are the top seed after going 38-5 this season and 21-1 in conference play. Now the Jacks are also riding a 9-game winning streak into this tournament. Well, here's a look at the full bracket. The USD Coyotes are the 5 seed and will take on Kansas City for a chance to play that number 1 seed SDSU. Games start on Wednesday, and all of those games will be played in Fargo. That's a look at sports. Austin's back with a final check on your forecast after the break.